Hello guys, today we are going to see Python mock programming. Okay, so this is our first program. Let's read the question. Write a class named triangle. Okay, so our class name is triangle, and then attribute the class should have four object attributes all created within the constructor. Okay, so what it's telling, we have four object attributes, okay, all created within the constructor, and these are the attributes a b c. Okay, these a b c represent the sides of the triangle, so all integers are in positive. Okay, so and we have another variable that is called valid. This variable they are telling it's a bool variable. Bool variable means boolean. Okay, so boolean has only two type. Okay, it may be true or it may be false. So what they are telling is this boolean variable that is valid is set to true. Okay, when if a b c form a triangle. Okay, if this a b c form a triangle, this valid bit, okay, this valid boolean bit should be true. Okay, suppose if doesn't form a triangle means this variable, the valid variable should be false. Okay, so that's what it. Okay, so next see the methods involved. So this is our init method. As we are passing the three sides, okay, the three sides of the triangle ABC and our object self. So it's accept three positive integers as arguments, then update the attribute valid inside the constructor. Okay, here you can see inside the constructor, this is very important. Okay, inside the constructor only we are updating our valid, okay, valid bit. So if the three integers from a triangle, okay, this is three integer from the triangle that ABC, how can we say that is a triangle or not? For that they have given this condition. Okay, here you can see three numbers ABC forms a triangle, and only if the sum of the pair of, okay, sum of every pair, okay, sum of every pair of numbers is greater than, okay, greater than remaining number. That means what they are telling is uh, pair of, okay, sum of every pair of numbers should be greater than the remaining number. If you take pair sum, okay, pair sum of AB, so A plus B should be greater than C. If you take pair sum of B plus C should be greater than A. So if you take A plus C should be greater than B. So if all these conditions satisfy, then we can say ABC forms a triangle. So when it forms a triangle, we need to make this valid bit to true. If it doesn't satisfy these three conditions, we need to make our valid bit to false. Okay, if you still confused, I tell you the first condition is if to be, okay, to be a triangle, to be a triangle, uh, what the first condition is, every pair that is A plus B should be greater than C, and okay, and B plus C should also be greater than A, and C plus A should be greater than B. So this, if all these bits satisfies, we can make our valid bit to true. If it doesn't satisfy, valid bit become false. Okay, then let's see our second. Okay, this is our second method is equalatory. So what these functions should return true if all the three sides of the triangle are equal. So else false. That means in this equalatory, okay, let's type in uh, equilaterally. Okay, in equilateral triangle, what it should be, A should be equal to B, so equal to C. If all are equal, it should return true, else return false. Okay, This is this functionality. Next is isosceles. So for this function, what they are written true when if exact two sides of the triangle are equal, okay, else false. So exact two sides, so they are saying only two sides should be equal, okay, other side should be different, okay. So what are the possible condition for this? So isosceles, isosceles, okay, for isosceles we can have a equal b, okay, and it is not equal to c. This both is not equal to c, or or b equals c and not equal to a, okay, or we can have a equals c but not equal to b. So if any of these condition is satisfied, we can return true, okay. Else if it doesn't satisfy, if any of one these conditions doesn't satisfy, we should return false. Okay, false. So I tell again, if any of these condition is satisfied means it should return true, else false, okay. So our next method is scaling, okay, is scaling. So we should return true if no sides are equal to each other. So that means they are saying all sides, that is a b c, all should be a distinct value, they should not equal each other. So for scaling, so a should not be equal to b and b should not be equal to c. So all should be distinct. If it's so, we should return true, okay. If it is not, else return false. So these are the condition, okay. Let's see the code, okay. So this is our code, okay. Let's have our notepad here also. Here you can see as we are creating a class triangle and we are creating an init method and passing three variables, that is a b c, okay. These are the sides of the triangle and this is self for object. So uh, we are initializing the attributes, that is self dot a, okay, equal a, self dot b equals b, and self dot c equals c, okay. So we are initializing the attributes. After that, here you can see they have mentioned one thing, what, update the attribute valid, okay, inside the constructor. So they are asking us to update this valid inside the constructor. So what is constructor? This is our constructor. So inside this only we need to update this valid. So we are checking the condition. What is the condition for valid? Okay, if a plus b is greater than c, okay, and b plus c should be greater than a and c plus a should be greater than b, that is every pair should be greater than the remaining, okay. So we are putting the condition in if condition, okay. After putting if it's satisfied, we are returning true, setting the valid to true, that is self, because we need to mention the object, okay. Self dot valid equal true. If it doesn't satisfy any of these conditions, we are making that valid bit to false, okay. So the first thing is completed. So second thing, we need to create an is equality method, okay. Is equalator method. So in that all three sides should be equal. So we are creating that method and passing self, that is object. So we are checking self dot a, okay, because we have passed our parameter here. So only we can access to self dot a. So self dot a equal to self dot b and self dot a equal to self dot c, okay. Why we are not putting in same self dot a equal self dot b equal to self dot c? It is not possible in programming, okay. So that's why we are putting like this, self dot a equal self dot b, and this self dot a is equal to self dot c. So this means all are equal. If it's all are equal, we are printing returning true, else false. So this option is also completed. So our next is isosceles. So isosceles what if exactly two sides of the triangle are equal. So as we seen here, exactly two sides. So if A and B are equal, C should not be equal. If B and C are equal, A should not be equal. If A and C are equal, B should not be equal. So this is the condition we are going to put here. See, okay, here for simplicity, okay, because if you uh, want to, what for simplicity we are assigning this self dot A to the A variable and self dot B to the B variable and self dot C to the C variable. So we can access through ABC, okay, entirely here. So that's what we are doing. So A equal to B and A is not equal to C, okay. That is was this expression. The elaborate of this expression is this: A and B should be equal and A is not equal to C. Okay, that means these two pairs are equal and this is distinct, C is distinct, or A and C are equal, B is distinct, or B and C are equal, A is distinct. So if any of the one condition is satisfied, we are returning true, else we are returning false. Okay, for then for another method is Skelton's. So here, okay, what if no two sides are equal to each other? Okay, that means all where all sides should be distinct. Okay, so what can we do? Here you can see we have shown, okay, all A should not be equal to B, B should not be equal to C. That means we should return true, else false. So let's see here. So as usual, for simplicity, we are assigning self dot A to A, self dot B to B, and self dot C to C. Okay, for simplicity. So if A is not equal to B and B is not equal to C and C is not equal to A, if all these conditions satisfies, means we can say all our sides are distinct. So this is true, we can return true, else we should return false. So this is the code for mock question 1. Okay, so let's see the question 2. So this is our question 2. Write a function named is function. Okay, so here in this question we are going to write a function. Okay, so write a function name is function. This is a function name that accept three arguments. One argument name is domain. It is a list they are saying, okay, integer list. Another is codomain. This is also an integer list. Okay, and this fun, this is a dictionary. So the dictionary where both keys and values are integer. So you know dictionary contain keys and values. Okay, so they are saying both keys and values are integers. So what so far what they are telling is there is a function of is function. We need to create that and we need to pass three arguments, that is domain, codomain and fun. Okay, these domain codomain are list of integers. Okay, and this one is a dictionary contain keys and values which both are integers. Okay, so next we see the functionality. So the function should return true. All the three conditions given below are satisfied. So what they are telling, this is function should return true if all the below three conditions are satisfied. So let's see the three conditions. First condition, every element in domain is a key in fun. What they are saying, every element, okay, this domain list contain of so many elements, so every element in domain should be a key in function dictionary. Okay, this is our first condition. Next condition is every key in fun, okay, is an element in domain. So next condition is every key in this fun dictionary, okay, this fun dictionary, every key in this fun dictionary is an element in domain. So it should be an element in domain list. Okay, this is our second condition. Third condition, the value corresponding to every key in fun is an element in codomain. Okay, what they are saying is the value corresponding to every. So they are saying about the value. Okay, so the values in the fun dictionary is should be an element in the codomain list. Okay, that's what they are saying. So if even one of these conditions is not satisfied, the function should return false. Okay, we have listed three conditions. No, one, this is one, this is two, and this is three. So if any of these condition is not satisfied, means we should return false. Okay, that's what they are telling. So what, note that the return type is bool. Okay, return type should be a boolean. Boolean is nothing but it may be a true or false. Okay, so that's what they are saying. So this is our function. Okay, so let's see the code. So this is the code. Okay, this is a function name, is function we have named as such, and we are passing three parameters: domain, codomain, and fun. So domain is a list, codomain is also a list, fun is a dictionary. Okay, so then we are setting up a flag. Okay, this flag, if this flag is okay, I tell later what this flag does. Okay, what we are doing for value in domain. So for each loop, okay, each loop I have written for each condition. For this loop is for the first condition. This for the first condition. So first condition, what they are saying is every element in domain is a key in fun. So what we are doing is we are looping to each element in domain. Okay, and we are checking that uh, is it a key in fun. Okay, so what we are doing for val in domain. Okay, that means this this value will take each element. Okay, each element in this list domain. Okay, so that val not in the dictionary keys. Fun dot keys means it will list. Okay, it will check in all keys. Okay, if we put fun dot val means it will check for all values. So that's what. So what we are doing, we are looping through each values in this domain list. Okay, then we are checking that this value, okay, is if it is not in, okay, if value not in fun dot keys, okay, if the value not in fun dot keys, what we are doing, we are setting this flag. Okay, initially we have that flag 0, and if it is not found means the first condition is not satisfied. Okay, so what we are doing, we are setting this flag to 1 and breaking the loop. So okay, this is our first condition. So this loop is for our second condition. Let's see the second condition. So every key in fun is an element in domain. So we need to iterate through each key in fun, and we need to check that all are in domain list. Okay, so what we are doing, we are iterating through each keys in our fun. Okay, fun dictionary. So fun dot keys. Okay, we are looping. So we are checking if val not in domain. Okay, if this any one of the key not in domain list. Okay, then we are setting up the flag and breaking this loop. Okay, so next, this is our second condition. Next, our third condition. So third condition is the value corresponding to every key in fun is an element in codomain. Okay, so what we are doing, we are iterating through each values of the fun keyword. Okay, so fun dot value. So it for value in fun dot values, it will iterate through each values in the fun dictionary. So and we are checking that value is in codomain. Okay, is in codomain, and if it is not in codomain, what we are doing, we are setting up the flag, because if it is not in codomain means the condition is not satisfied. Okay, the third condition is not satisfied, so we are setting up the flag and we are breaking the loop. So finally this is our return statement. So if flag is equal to 1 means any of the three condition is not satisfied. Okay, so flag equal to 1 means we are returning false, else we are returning true. Because if flag is not as a set to 1 means all conditions are satisfied. Okay, so if it is equal to 1, we are returning false. If it is not equal, if it is equal to 0, okay, then we are returning true. So this is our second mock question. Okay, so the third mock question we will see. Yeah, thank you.